Hello everyone, welcome to Melissa's Musings. Happy Thursday. I am Melissa Steele, as you guys know, real estate agent extraordinaire and host of Melissa's Musings. And I'm coming to you today with a message that every single person that you come in contact with is fighting a battle that you don't know. And this has been coming up a lot for me lately when I haven't been feeling 100% in a very easy to share example. So I know I'm a beautiful, independent, fabulous woman. Hi peeps, thank you so much for joining. I see a bunch of you hopping in. Paul, Nuna, Andrea, hi guys, thank you for joining. This is a really impactful message today after today's shooting because I am so sick of this happening, and I'm really sick of the entire country seemingly to be desensitized and like this keeps happening. And it's really bringing up for me that every single person is going through a battle that unless we're asking them about it, unless we're really getting vulnerable with them about it, we have no idea. So lately, as I haven't been feeling well, I am a fully attractive, 100% confident, amazing individual. Like, I know when I look in the mirror, I'm like, you look good, Melissa. However, when I am not feeling well, in general, in my life, I get a lot of comments about my weight. A lot of comments. I'm skinny, peeps. I understand. And most of the time, I'm fine with it. I shrug it off. I actually treat it as a compliment. I get comments all the time like, "Do you eat anything?" I'm like, "Yes, thank you. I eat a lot, and I look like this. Have a great day." But when I feel like shit. And when my stomach is going through a major flare-up, instead of having that attitude, which is my typical response, it crushes me. Because they don't understand the battle that I'm experiencing every single day, right? So if I have just spent 2 hours struggling to eat down an egg, and I'm then fighting myself not to throw it up because of whatever my stomach is doing, and I go out into the world, and the first person I come in contact with tells me, "Wow, you look skinny. Did you eat today?" That's crushing. I was just telling my aunt who's watching right now the other day that I so badly sometimes want to respond, just walk a mile in my shoes, motherfucker. Right? And we've all been there. We have all been there when we've been going through our personal struggles and someone will say something or somebody won't notice, and it's like, dude, really? And so today when I woke up and saw that there was another shooting, very close, in relation to where we are right now. I know a lot of people in that area. It broke my heart again into a million pieces. I'm so sick of this happening. But it brings up every single time what my commitment is. What my commitment is to this world. That despite no matter how I'm feeling in a day, no matter what's going on in my life, that I get to notice what's going on with those around me. I get to notice and say something. Up until a couple of years ago, I'd notice all the time when somebody would look dead behind the eyes. When I'd say, "Hey, how are you?" And they'd be like, "Fine." And I'd know that they weren't fine. I've said this before, and one of the biggest realizations for me when I've been sick is recognizing that when somebody asks you how you are, so they're not a lot of times prepared when the answer is not an automatic, "Oh, I'm good." If you respond often with how you're actually feeling and what's actually coming up with you in your life, it typically makes the other person extremely uncomfortable because it requires getting vulnerable, right? So there's actually a story that's coming up for me right now in this moment. I have a really good friend now, but she wasn't always my good friend. There was a couple years ago, I was sitting in an office meeting. This is a perfect example, you guys, of the stand that you get to take every single day out in the world. Literally, I'm sitting in a meeting, and it's our office meeting, and every single person around the circle says a win. So, "Oh, I have a listing this week." Next person. "Oh, my kid's birthday party was this week." Next person. She says what she's feeling. She says, "Oh yeah, it was a great week. I had an appointment." And I noticed that it wasn't genuine at all. I noticed that literally her eyes teared up as she said it. And I thought to myself, she's not sharing a win right now. She's so struggling. And this is somebody I barely knew. I barely knew her. I'm in a group of 30 agents. We're all sharing our wins. And I saw the sadness behind her eyes. And I remember thinking to myself, ooh, should I say something? Like, this is so uncomfortable. But I could see how sad she was. Like, she was like, yeah, my win is this. And like, as she said her win, literally the tears came up. And like, the tears are coming up for me right now because this is actually one of like the most impactful moments in my life. Because I could see it. Like, I could literally see it. And my ego conversation was like, don't say anything. She'll think you're such a loser. And after the meeting, I went up to her and I said, hey girl, I know you shared your win, and I know that we're not friends, but I could sense that like something else is going on, and I feel like you're sad, and I just want you to know that, I know that we're not friends, but I'm totally here to talk to you. She literally broke down crying, and she was like, you're the first person who's noticed. Can we go for a walk? And we did. And she told me that the boyfriend that she was planning on marrying, that they'd been talking about marrying, had broken up with her out of the blue that morning. She was feeling so depressed about it. She was feeling shaken, and literally she felt like nothing had gone right in her world for weeks. And we sat and we cried together for like an hour. Somebody I didn't know prior to that point. I wasn't friends with her. Like, I knew her in passing. She was a coworker, a colleague. And from that day, we've literally been best friends. Because I cared. I took like 1 ounce of care. And there are so many people that I run into on a daily basis who I can see that sadness behind their eyes. And I don't listen to that ego conversation anymore. I always ask, hey, I would love to give you a hug. Do you mind if I give you a hug? Like, I don't know if those hugs have changed somebody's life or impacted somebody in a moment of like feeling totally alone, but I often, when I sense that somebody's a little bit off, I don't care what my ego conversation's telling me. I don't care what they think of me. I want them to know that I'm here for them. So what's really impactful about what keeps happening in this country is that we as individuals on an individual level, whenever something like this happens, what a fantastic reminder about how much love we get to bring into the world. What a fantastic reminder of the stand that we get to take for the other people around us. What an amazing silver lining to something so disastrous, right? Let's see what you guys are saying. Paul, whenever you're about to find fault with somebody else, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize? Oh my God, that's amazing. So Paul here wrote, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize? I love that. We are all dealing with our own battles. Hey, Therese. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Megan. We're all dealing with our own battles. Like, there are days where I don't want to get out of bed, and that in itself is a struggle. Like, there have been many times in my life where I've been so sick that I struggle to get out of bed in the morning because I ask myself, like, is this like the best it's gonna get today? And I know where those people have been at in that mental space. Like, I have been there myself. I have so many friends who have struggled with depression and anxiety and feeling like they're totally and utterly alone. But know that you're not. Like, please, I ask, if you're struggling, know that I am here. I've been seeing so many statuses, and that's the silver lining from things like this. I've seen so many statuses just this morning alone, literally with people's personal phone numbers. And I'll give you mine right here. 619-887-4429. It will ring my cell phone. 619-887-4429. I am here for you. If you are struggling, if you just want somebody to talk to, if you just want somebody to fucking be like, my life sucks right now, I'm here. I would love to talk to you. Paul, you can call me anytime. You already know that. All of my friends know that I am here for them. And if they don't, here's another reminder, you guys. I am absolutely here for you. If you're struggling, please call me. Like, there is nothing that I like to do more than cry with people. I literally love it. It feeds my soul. I love to be that comforting shoulder, the one to cry to, the one to vent to. And so I think back on the experience of that friend that I have now, the beautiful blessing that friend is to me. I literally just got her wedding invitation yesterday. Like, I am a huge part of her life. because I took a moment to ask her what was wrong. It just takes the question. It just takes a hug. Like, a lot of times it just takes a hug. Recently I was having a really terrible day, and someone noticed and asked me what I needed, and all I needed was a hug. Sometimes it's that fucking simple, people. So as you navigate throughout the day, as you navigate throughout this beautiful thing that we call life, I encourage you to really, really connect with those around you. Get vulnerable with those around you. If you're struggling, share what you're struggling with, because get this, like, we are all dealing with the shit. This life is not easy. We're dealing with death and loss and anxiety and pain, so much pain in this world. And the only thing to combat that is love and connection and really getting vulnerable, really listening to people and understanding where they came from. Like, ultimately, I think one of the biggest takeaways for me in coaching Ascension Leadership Academy this year was seeing how many hands went up for physical abuse, seeing how many hands went up for people who struggle with anxiety, seeing how many hands went up of people who have been raped, seeing how many hands went up of every single thing that you think happens once in a while. It is shocking to see 90% of a group raise their hand. It is shocking to see what people have been through and how they've been able to come out on the other side of it. And so know that we are not alone. Know that you are not alone. We are all in this together. And what we get to learn from things like mass shootings is that we get to bring more love. And like, so today, my sister was texting me first thing this morning, asking if we were okay and if we knew anybody who was near there. And as my heart was breaking into a million pieces, the only thing that I could say is, this is such a great opportunity for us to really make an impact today and tomorrow and the next day. And Paul, they did get back together, actually, because she went through the same leadership program. I actually enrolled her in the leadership program I went to, and they are back together, and that's the wedding I'm going to. How glorious is that? Beautiful. Like, it couldn't be better. Could not be better. So yeah, that's my message to you guys today. Sorry if it was a bit rambly. A lot was coming up for me. I am just really so sick of seeing this happen. I'm like so tired of seeing it happen. I can't even put into words how sad it makes me. Literally, the first thing I did this morning was cry because 13 more lives were lost. For what? Probably a lack of love. Probably a lack of connection. There's too much hate. So I love you guys. I truly love you guys. I'm not just bullshitting. I would not do these Melissa's Musings if I didn't give a shit. I promise you that. It takes a lot for me to get on here every day. It gets easier every day, but still, it takes a lot. A lot of times I don't want to talk about the topics that I'm talking about. A lot of times I don't want to admit that, you know, like recently somebody made me the comment to me about my skinniness. Would they feed you in Auschwitz? Think about that. That's what's coming up for them. And as much as that cut deep into me because I had had a horrible day that day, I immediately felt sorry for that person. I thought to myself, how much pain must they be carrying around for them to say something like that to me? And despite me, like my ego feeling like I wanted to slap them, my heart wanted to hug them. And so I encourage you to really think about what you're bringing to the world each and every day, what you're bringing to the table, and what you're committed to. And know that I am committed to love, joy, and connection, despite how hard it may be. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing Thursday. The invitation stands. Call me anytime. My friends call me at 2 a.m. because they know that I'll answer. 619-887-4429. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.